Yo, what up guys? Tixie here. I got a new video in a series of videos that I'm going to be making, and it's basically just giving some betting advice for maybe new, maybe seasoned bettors, like whatever you want. I asked around in the Discord for some ideas for videos, and we got about like 150 people asking for ideas, giving me questions, giving me like what they want to see on here, and I'd say about like 70% of them were repeats, which is fine because it means that it's like most popular. And we're just gonna start with the most popular one, which is bankroll management. One like disclaimer I wanted to say is that whether you know me or don't know me, most of this information is gonna be like directed towards CS:GO betting. So if you don't know what like esports or CS:GO betting, maybe just click off. Maybe this isn't the right video for you. Another thing is that not just this video, but every video that you'll be seeing in this series, like this is all my opinion. It's not like it's not like black or white. Like it's not like yes, this is right and everything else you do is wrong. That's totally not it. It's just what has worked for me with building a bankroll and maintaining it, and I don't know, just like this is totally my opinion, so like take it with what you will. Maybe you value my opinion more than others, maybe you don't fucking like me at all and you just like interested in what the fuck I have to say or making me like feel stupid or something. But yeah, this is basically just like a little fun thing that I wanted to try. And like for my prediction videos, you guys know I have no you know, like piece of paper like setup that I'm gonna be rolling off. I'm just gonna be like going with the flow, talking my thoughts and opinions. But I did make a little like notepad about what we're gonna be covering. I don't know if I can make this bigger. No, I don't think I can. But the main topics about this particular video, I don't know how long it's gonna be. Hopefully roughly 30 minutes or something, no longer hopefully. Bankroll management, pretty standard. Another question was how much percentage of your total like bankroll should you bet on each match, and they're all kind of connected. What odds have value, and how do you determine a quality match? You know, which match to skip, which match to bet. Not really specifics, just sort of odds and I don't know, I guess the quality of the match, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Another thing I want to talk about is like, I don't know how it's hard for a lot of you guys, but a lot of you guys just have a good run and then go broke in a week because you're just betting way too much. And like, if you just stick to simple numbers, like correlate how much you bet for how much odds are, you should really never go broke as long as you have a good win rate and all that. But we'll get into that. So bankroll management. What I suggest you guys, first for the newbies, I definitely suggest like making a spreadsheet of some sort. They're not too hard. Like you can just kind of Google like betting spreadsheet. Some of them are more complicated. I made this one, and I've been using it for like the past 3 years, 2 years or something. Like a couple changes here and there, maybe some for Bitcoin, some for real money, but that's basically what I like to suggest to the new bettors. Like, don't make it public. You don't have to be famous off of this. Like, this is just for you to keep track. You don't have to show anyone. You don't have to write anything here. Like, this is just for me because it's public. Whoops. But yeah, another thing for figuring out your bankroll is I would definitely suggest, like, if you're, you know, young, 18 or younger, obviously I don't want to like condone underage betting, but I mean I started when I was like 16, so I can't say much. Make sure you have enough money to suffice your losses. You don't have to start with $10,000, $1,000, whatever. Just if I could like do the minimum bankroll that I would want you to have is like $100. But even that for me is like more. You're not gonna really make a fortune with that. If you want to go long run, long term, you really should try to get like $1,000 or more. Obviously, like it depends, whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe you're rich, maybe your family's rich, and they can just fucking give you a bunch of money. but mine wasn't. So like I have a job, and I had a job, and I actually started with like $200, which is whatever, like whatever you feel comfortable with. Like don't fucking work for a week and then just have all that money towards betting. Like, it should be extra money. It should be hobby money. It should be like whatever you can afford to lose. Like, at the end of the day, if you lose everything, you shouldn't cry about it, because you should have extra money that you can like do whatever with. But that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, get a good bankroll. Like, it's unrealistic to think that you can go from $5, from $30 to $1,000 in a week. It's super stupid. You're gonna do like risky bets, and yeah, it might work out like, I don't know, 1 out of 10 times. Like, sometimes I'll do I don't know, like I think I did like $100 to $1,000 challenge. Sometimes I'll start with $30 and keep going all in and everything. And yeah, like, you might make it far, but it's just not smart, sensible betting that you can like take into other stages of your life. This game still hasn't started. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically my first thing. And like, I'm sorry if you can't afford, you know, $100, $200, $300, $1,000. If you can't do that, maybe betting isn't for you right now. Like, maybe you should save up. It shouldn't be a thing. Or just bet for fun. You know, like, if you got $10, just drop $1 on each match. Like, if you just want to bet for the entertainment purpose, like, do it. You can lose whatever. Probably don't care. But if you want to make smart money in the long run, I definitely suggest a good, solid starting bankroll, so that if you lose like 20% of your bankroll on your first day, you don't flip a fucking tit and just like, you know, you're done. You don't want to like go crazy. You want to sustain some losses here and there. Maybe you go on a bad betting streak, okay? Betting's like a confidence thing. Maybe you're just not feeling it for like 3 days and you lose like 7 bets in a row. If you're betting like 20% on each match, you're broke, okay? So that's a good transition into my next topic, is sort of how much percentage or units or blah 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 of your total bankroll should you bet on each match. Well, that's totally up to you. For me personally, when I was starting with like 200, it's obviously unrealistic. So like not back in the day, but like for real sports betting, if you go on Reddit and all that, a lot of people say 1 unit, 2 unit, blah blah, and 1 unit on there is 1% of your bankroll. But that's kind of freaking stupid. Like, if you're betting with $100 and you're trying to go safe, like 1% is $1. You're not gonna make any money, okay? You gotta be realistic. It's risk. Like, it's not just guaranteed money. So I like doing 5% for 1 unit when I'm starting. Like, if you can take a challenge, for example. Okay, so for this challenge that we're doing right now, I started with $5 and you can see most of my bets. Like, yeah, I had $5 in the account, but it's not that I'm betting like 1,000 on each match. Well, first of all, limits, so I couldn't do that. But I'm betting like 4%, you know, 5%, 4%, 9% probably means it was a confidence bet, but I just lost that. 15 probably means like 3 units. So for me, I like doing 1 unit is 5%, 2 units 10%, maybe like, and then obviously you gotta kind of go with what you're comfortable with. Like 5 units, I think that would be like 25% if my math's not dumb. I would probably never bet that, to be honest, unless it was like a first year match. Like, the highest thing that I've bet here, okay, yeah, that was a live bet, so it doesn't really count. $500, 17%. That was a pretty good MLB bet. Like, that's the highest I would go. And actually, that was after I lost a little bit, so I think I was just trying to make up for it. But anyway, like, you gotta stick to your percents. Look at here. I lost a 15% bet, okay? I remember that one. Energy versus Misfits. And, like, you can't freak out after you lose, like, 15%, because there's always gonna be more wins, more losses. So, yeah, try to stick with the units. Try to, you know, so let's, for example, my 1 unit equals about 15% or 5% of my bankroll, okay? maybe you're starting with $100, and that would be $5. Like, that's not really like achievable. Okay, it's safe and smart. I mean, it also depends how much $100 is worth to you. Like, even before I made money in betting, like $100 wasn't that much to me because I had a job, and like you can make $100 in like a day. It's pretty easy depending on what your job is. So it just isn't that much. Like, if you're young and you still haven't had a job, it's going to be real tough for you to figure out the value of money, because honestly it's pretty easy to get. And like, I don't know, it just, that gives you more confidence to lose the $100, but if you're good, then you probably won't lose it and you'll win and stuff. So maybe if you're starting with a $100 bankroll, maybe do like $20 bets. Like, to be honest, that's 20% of your bankroll, but like, if you lose 5 bets in a row and you're doing this $20 bet thing, like, honestly, you're probably ass at betting. But okay, going back to the smart bankroll, we're assuming that you have $1,000 or $100 if that is enough for you. So if you got like $1,000 bankroll, then $50 is a unit for you. Okay, that's good. Like, don't be greedy, don't be stupid. Like, $50 is a nice $50 on a 2 odds bet is $50, another $50. Like, you don't have to be greedy. You don't always have to win $700 in a fucking bet. Okay, especially when you're just starting out. You always have to start from somewhere. So yeah, I like to do 5%, and then, okay, I don't know if I lost my train of thought, but let's go to like a betting site. I'm just gonna go to a anonymous account. UCS Summit, for example. So actually today my only bet is SK to beat Cloud9, which is not like the best odds, to be honest. I just don't see Cloud9 winning at all, but I'm not talking about specific matches for this. So let's take Godsent versus Nip. if you think Godsent we're gonna win, okay, if your odds for this were 50-50, you thought, dude, they're both Swedes, they got, you know, similar players, which really do. Like, I think Nip are overvalued right here, and I'm skipping this because I don't have a good read. Like, I don't know. I think, like I said, that Godsent deserve better odds. Like, Nip is hella overhyped here. But you know what? Maybe I'm just, like, grasping for straws and just wanting the underdog to win. Maybe NIP are actually going to win. Liquid were just fucking dominant yesterday. I don't know. I don't have a good read on this, okay? So that's a skip for me. Like, I don't feel bad for skipping this. But a lot of you literally bet on every single game because you just think it's smart or like something to do. It's fucking retarded. If you don't know, if you're not confident about a bet or a play, why even do it? So let's go with Godsent. If you're gonna bet on Godsent, you're not gonna go a unit on this because the odds are over 2.5. It's pretty basic when you understand it, but I like to bet 1 unit on, and again, guys, as I refer to units, whatever you're comfortable with. So 1 unit for me is 5%, maybe 3% for you, maybe 7%, maybe 10%, whatever you want, but make sure you stick to it and you're pretty stern on that, otherwise you're gonna go broke. So 1 unit for me is 5%. I probably wouldn't place that on Godsent at 2.5 odds because I like to do anywhere from like 1.7 odds to like 2.2 ish, depending on my confidence level and like what my odds are. But maybe my odds, maybe I had a really good fucking read on this, okay? And I'm giving Godsent 60-40. Like, I'm giving them the advantage. I would definitely drop a unit on this because that's fucking super nice odds. I'm just going to say 60-40 for NIP this match, just as an example. But like I said, I don't really have a good read or whatever on this. So yeah, if you're betting Godsent, I would do like, let's say we're using Bitcoin on this site. Maybe 0.1 is your unit. Maybe go fucking 0.07, which is like $75. Like, nothing wrong with that, okay? Because then you're risking less, but you're winning. Like, if you're super basic, just try to aim for winning a unit every single bet, okay? So maybe if odds are like 0.1 and you have to risk 11 units to win 1 unit, that's probably not the bet for you. Like, it's probably just not worth it. Okay, let's go with NIP for this example. Well, this site's nice because you can like enter what unit you want to win and then be like, oh, I only have to risk 2 units. That's pretty easy. So obviously, like I said, 1.7 odds to 2.2 is what I like to bet 1 unit on. So if the odds are lower, like 1.5, like this for example, you would probably have to bet 2 units or 3, depending on your confidence level. Like if I had NIP 70-30 odds, I would go 3 units on this because I think it's like, I'm like, wow, I can buy them for 1.5. Like, it's pretty fucking nice. But if you just kind of agree with the odds, then you probably shouldn't be betting on this match at all because you don't see value in it. You want to see, you know, so let's say here. Let's see that I don't know. Okay, let's say that Swag wasn't playing for Cloud9 and Skadoodle was in, and like Cloud9 were doing pretty good at the height of their fucking career. If I got 3 odds for Cloud9 at that point, I would definitely go a unit on them. And then now you're just like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't even do a unit on Godsend at 2.5, and now you want to do a unit at 3. But it all depends. Like, yeah, it's because I think that Cloud9's going to win at least 1 map, and now that's 33%. But, like, so if you think a team's going to win at least 1 map, that's 33%. Then you just factor in, like, whatever else things you got. Like, maybe they win 1 map, maybe SK win the second one because it's like clear favorite, and then the third map is like a 50-50. then dude, that's like a goddamn 50-50 game. If you give 1 map to each, they both have 33%, and if it all depends. If you give 50-50 for the third map, then that should be like 50-50 overall. But then you have to factor in stuff like SK have higher skill players overall. And then you factor in the stuff that I was talking about before. Now Swag is standing in. So I'm giving even more odds for SK. Shroud is a fucking bot who streams PUBGs right now. Like, I'm giving even more for SK. And then I would fucking commend Cloud9. If they're managed to beat SK today, it's gonna be all off of Stewie, Automatic, and Swag, okay? Like, maybe a little bit nothing there, but if that happens, then fucking, I don't care. Like, yeah, I would lose my bet, but goddamn, I didn't see that happening, which is totally fine. I'm kind of getting off track here because I'm talking about, like, specific games, but I hope that gives you a little, like, understanding. It goes down to smart betting. Let's take a whole new match, for example. These are like mislabeled. Okay, Liquid Gambit. This for me is a total 50-50 until I see the official maps, because I can see like Cobble being played. I can see Overpass being, like, I can pretty much see anything being played. And until I see the maps, it's a pure 50-50 for me. So if I was gonna bet Liquid, pretty simple. put 1 unit on them, like 2 odds, pretty good. If I was gonna bet Gambit here, most people would be like, oh, well, odds are lower, so you bet 2 units, or 1.5, or 3. And like, no, I'm fine with sticking with 1 unit here, because like 1.77, that's not bad at all. If you think Gambit have the advantage. So, obviously, like these, I don't know, a lot of you seasoned bettors, or maybe just like knowledgeable about numbers, math, you're probably just like, dude, this is super obvious, but you wouldn't believe the amount of people who ask me about this shit, and like they're just confused, which is whatever. Maybe they literally just started yesterday, last week. I don't remember me being confused when I was just starting out, because I guess I was always pretty good in math and like knew numbers and money and shit, so I guess I didn't really have an issue with that, but a lot of people do. So yeah, it's literally like, you could even make yourself a guide if you really wanted to. You can go like 1 unit on 1.7 to 2.2 odds, 2 unit equals fucking 1.4 to 1.7 odds, 3 unit equals, you know, 1.8 2.5 to 1.4, like whatever you want. And then you could even go the other way. If the odds are 3, let's go 0.5 unit on 3+ odds. Okay? Which is what I like to, like if I'm betting an underdog, I normally like to see if it's 3+ odds. If it's like from 2.2 to 3, chances are I don't really see value in it because like 3 odds is the hella nice one. Oh, also, this does not apply to parlays, okay? I do not recommend parlay bets at all. I do them for fun, and guess what? Like you can tell that they're bad for you. Let's see my entire 420 day, okay? My first bet, I lose. My first bet that day was a 7-bet parlay, okay? All overdogs. Kind of risky. 4 odds. And I bet 1% on it, which would be like 0.2 units for me. So 1%. I lost that, okay? 2 single bets later, I win. I lose this single bet. Guess what my next loss is? Another parlay. This is another parlay. I just mislabeled it. I lost another parlay. 2 more wins were single bets. I lost another parlay. Literally, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost 6 bets yesterday. 5 of them were parlays. If I never parlayed and I just stuck with my single bets, I would be crazy profit. Luckily, we made like about $1,000 today or yesterday because like Liquid upset, CLG upset. We had some good underdogs actually. Someone just added me in the Discord. One sec. Okay. So yeah, like you can. That's another good reason about spreadsheets because you can like. It's not about only oh my god making so much goddamn money. It's about looking at your losses and figuring out the pattern, figuring out like what you're weak on. Like look at. You can just glance at my losses. They're parlays. If I go back and like take all the parlays out of my bets, I probably would be over 400% ROI right now. So, you know, maybe I should start taking that account. But for me, since I'm like, I have a stable bankroll and like most of it's in my savings, I'm just betting like kind of for fun right now. I like to do parlays because, you know, I do hit some parlays and they're fun when you hit them. I mostly do parlays for NFL season. So like I hit a parlay there, okay? Hit a parlay there. I hit fucking hella nice parlays on that Copenhagen games thing. So I guess they do even out kind of. But I would say 80% of parlays you probably lose. Okay. What the fuck is next on the list? What odds have value? We kind of talked about that. It's super simple, guys. When you're looking at a match, let's take the one I'm actually betting on today, okay? Originally, I didn't want to like talk about this match is because it's super rare of me to like single bet a 1.4 odds game. Like usually I don't sort of recommend that, but here I see value, okay? Like I talked about, Swag's a stand-in, and if he's not even at his full potential because he's opping for Skadoodle, and he had to literally learn all their smokes in a day. Shroud just living his fucking last legs before he gets cut. He's streaming. I have nothing wrong with that. Like other people, you gotta remember when he's streaming, these guys aren't like fucking practicing CS. Okay, they were probably just jerking off last night. So it's whatever. But he's doing bad. Automatic's doing good. Stewie's a god. But he's fucking... Actually, another reason why I'm still shaky about this Cloud9 is because Automatic and Stewie are like co-IGLing right now. Like, one of them calls a Mirage, one of them calls a Cobble. Like, it's kind of fucking confusing, okay? I'd really rather just have one dedicated IGL that's neither of these two because they're both crazy good fraggers. And if we could just replace Shroud with, like, Sean Garris or someone nice... IGL who gets 0 kills, I would be totally fine with that because you have these, you know, firepower. And then, like I said, nothing sort of there. He's not doing too bad for me right now. Like I have a good read on these guys. Meanwhile, over here on the bad boys, SK are fucking nuts right now. Like 1917, Bees Money Crew, 1519. Those are online, okay? You can't fucking take much, I don't know, weight in those results. And then you look at the bracket here, guys. SK are by far the best team here. Like, by fucking far. Envy, easily 2-0. Optic, on LAN, they're not going to beat SK. No fucking way. Cloud9, I will talk about in a second. Gambit's pretty close to SK. Like, honestly, Gambit's probably the closest team to SK right now. NIP are shaky. Liquid are doing good, but I don't know if they would be able to beat SK in a best of 3 on LAN right now. And Godsend are just kind of fucking Godsend. They're poopy. Okay, so you look at the match and you give all your factors. You give the LAN, online, everything I just talked about, and you settle your odds for this. My odds for this best of 3 are literally 80-20 right now. Okay, and wait, can I still see these? No, I can't. God damn it! They used to have this thing where you can like see the odds, but I think 80% you'd be giving SK like 1.2 odds. It's super hard for me to remember this. Like I would fuck up, but I think you're giving SK like 1.2 odds there. And if those were their odds, I would not bet on them, okay? Because I would like agree with the bookmaker's odds, and like I wouldn't see any value in it. But since I got them at 1.4 and they're still at 1.35, which is not bad, then I can single bet on them. Now let's do another example on this game. Maybe I'm like, dude, Cloud9's fucking sick. What are you talking about? They're gonna easily take this 2-1, and I give them, instead of 80-20, I give them like 60-40. Okay, I give SK 60, Cloud9 40. Then these odds are fucking golden to me. If I can get them for 3, 2.7, holy shit, I would like slam Cloud9 right now. Even if they're the underdogs and like likely to lose, if I see a mismatch in the odds versus my real odds, yes, you're going to bet on them because you see value. It's pretty plain simple, but probably 80% of the Discord like doesn't understand that, which I don't really get. Maybe they just don't know matches, like maybe they don't know teams, don't like researching, but like once you know the scene, it's super easy to find your odds and which matches have value in them. So that's just a basic example of what I'm talking about. How do you determine quality match? So this is totally different for every person. I don't live in China. I'm not a China man, okay? There was one point where Tyloo and Cyberzen were the 2 best Chinese teams, and they were literally 90-10 games every single day, and as long as they wouldn't throw, they would win 100%. Nowadays, like, the scene's getting pretty close. They're playing officials every day. Like, they're getting a lot closer. Like, Tyloo is still the best in my opinion. Vici's like right there with them. So I still understand the scene. Like, I know every team. I knew these guys are X5 power. I knew like the players. It's whatever. I just don't like betting on these because, well, number one, I still think there's like throws and shit that happen. Like, whether it's throwing the match, throwing the handicap, I think there's still some shit going on. And I don't live in fucking China. I don't add these guys on Steam. I don't talk to them. I don't speak Chinese. Like, NA, okay? I know like these fucking semi-pro players that like I can talk to. You know, when you're in that region, you pug and you hear shit, and like you're friends with people. Like, it's a lot easier to get a good read on that game. So for me personally, none of these teams are good value. Okay, none of these China teams are good value. Maybe you have a good read, so maybe you go for it. The other Asian team region, the fucking what do you call us? The Southeast Asia. Okay. Yeah, I have a really good read on these guys. Like, I know JYP's fucking nuts, so when they go to a WESG LAN, I bet on them, and I know that they fucking win, and the odds were really nice, and I have a good read on them. Myth, they have a goddamn girl. I don't bet on girls. I'm sorry. But you just know these teams, okay? You know the matches. So maybe this is a good quality match for you. Maybe you're just like, JYP's going to win 2-0. You're going to bet on that. In my opinion, there's still some fucking fishy shit in this region, so I don't bet on Fire Dragon, this is a brand new team to me. I've never seen them. Mind Sky, they're doing some good shit. I don't know if they cheat or other teams throw, but they've been winning some decent shit recently. Spray and Pray. Okay. So I see a lot of you making money on these games, these Rooskies. Whatever, dude. This is a fucking throw game, okay? Stream Me Gauntlet CIS versus EU number 4. This is about as throw as you can get, okay? The prize pool, $1,500, okay, dude? You throw one match, you get $5 grand as a team, okay? That's way more than your prize pool. So even though, like, we know all the players, we know Shara, we know Fix, Fill-In, Luke, Rami, Nickelback, we know all of them, okay? That doesn't mean that I want to bet on this. Like, there's no point in me betting. And also, the odds aren't even good. Like, if the odds here were 1.2 for Spray and Pray, or 1.2 for fucking 337, and then you could get Spray and Pray for like 3 odds, fuck, dude, take a chance on that. But in my opinion, like, this isn't a good match to bet on. Like I said, I don't know I know the region, but I'm not close to it, okay? I'm not fucking Rooski. I don't talk to these guys. So, like, I don't have a better read than the bookie, to be honest. I just, like, literally first comment, wow, top quality game right here. Like, it's not good quality in my, like, he's obviously joking. Playing Ducks, obviously the best Lithuanian team out there. If they don't throw, they should easily win this. 2-0. But I don't know, just like another thing that I don't really want to bet on. Like, I don't really care about these games, to be honest. Maybe some of you are, like, way better on these, and then you look at these lands with Tier 1 and Tier 2 teams, and they're just like, fuck, man, I don't know. Maybe you're just different. Okay, to be honest, like, tomorrow kind of sucks because there's not even, like, ESL Pro League games. Like, this is all tier fucking shit. So, honestly, I'm skipping this entire day. I'm going to be betting on these games. I don't know if you can even see my mouse cursor. And then I will wait until, like, CS Summit, loser bracket, and winner bracket, and shit like that. Okay? So that is my basic finding quality match. How do you determine it? This is a fucking 32-minute video. Hope you guys listen to the whole thing. I'm sorry if you got confused. I'm pretty sure I got confused. Hopefully, in the 30 minutes, you dragged out like 2 fucking lessons that you could go on and improve you as a better, more successful shit. Really quickly, I wanted to say the other ideas that we're going to be, the other videos that I will be doing, live betting advice. Start betting, develop into a larger bankroll. How to handle loss streaks, like tilting. IRL odds versus bookie odds. I kind of talked about that, to be honest. Useful stat sites for like Real Sports or CSGO. How to deal with rage betting. How not to chase after bets after you lost a ton in a day. How to skip matches. How to choose quality matches. We kind of covered that. What the fuck is Bitcoin? Mindset tips. Bet. How do you not bet when raging or drunk? Like, and remind you guys, people sent me these. My general thoughts on paid/premium betting advice sites. How to be patient, not rage bet. When to place your bets, like sooner or later into the day. How do you adjust? How do you do the transition from going to a smaller bankroll to a larger bankroll? And how do you handle downsizing? Odds and see what matches are profitable. And then I want to do a video about, like, me choosing a match that I'm going to bet on and, like, all the factors that go into it. And I don't know. There's a bunch. If you guys have any more ideas for these, I want to try to do them once or twice a week, like whenever I have time to record it, obviously. Put them in the comment section. DM me on Twitter. DM me on Discord. If you're not in the Discord link is in the description. Also, my Twitter's link is in the description. Give that a follow. Hope you fucking enjoyed this. I didn't really work too hard on it, but whatever, dude. I'm going to go watch some Envy Optic, and peace out.